Here's Peppy. He's sitting on his shelf as he was last night. He's a little more alert today, even though he doesn't look it. He's smiling to himself. He's had breakfast, and he's perfectly relaxed now. He's actually moving his head around a little bit, which is nice to see. Earlier today, he dashed past me to get to the food dish. He was running a little late because he didn't hear me say, okay, down the stairs when we came down this morning. I always say going up or going down, and everybody hears me, and they all know that they're going to come down and have breakfast or dinner or whatever it is. I was a little late today. I got up at 1:45 because, as usual, I was up very late last night. And when I said going down, apparently he didn't hear me. So he came dashing by as I was having my coffee in my chair so that he wouldn't miss breakfast. Peppy never misses a meal, let me tell you. Now, I mentioned that he has a screw loose and that he throws it among his children, and they in turn throw it in their grandchildren. That was before I neutered him, of course. On the shelf above him, let's see if I can find her. There she is. That's Poppy. Her name is Pop Cinger, Cinger. All of my cinnamon cats have CIN somewhere in their name. You can see what a pretty girl she is, and she does have some of his characteristics. Her body is the same shape as his. It's just the right length, not too long, not too short, just as a Tonkinese should be. It's intermediate. And her head type is very similar to his, especially the profile. I don't know if you can see her profile really well here, but I'm holding the camera as steadily as I can. She has a beautiful coat, beautiful color. I wish you could really see the color because she's absolutely cinnamon. She is a cinnamon mink, so her eyes are aqua. Now, we say cinnamon now instead of honey. Honey is the designation in CFA. Cinnamon is the designation in TICA. TICA is a genetic registry, whereas CFA is not. I'm going to try to rest my elbows here in front of me and at the same time not lose focus. Hang on a sec here. Let's see what we can do to get her better in focus. Maybe that's a little bit better. Okay. Poppy? Poppy, could you look at Mommy? Poppy, dear? Poppy? No, she's not going to look at me. She'll probably turn around and look after I stop talking, or after I take the camera away. In any event, Poppy is a daughter of Peppy, and she has the same quirk that he has. She is untouchable. Just like him, she'll lie on my bed at night with the other cats, but if I reach out a hand to her, she'll take off. Now, I have been able to pet her. It's been a long journey for her. I think she's about 3 or 4 years old now. I'd have to double check her registration. And she's had a couple of litters. Billy, I believe, is her son. And Billy, as you know, is another of the untouchables. She does like to play. And when she's in the mood, she'll go crashing around the house, leaping after Billy or Drummer. Drummer likes to get in the act with her. She's not a placid cat at all. She's always alert, as you can see. She's not resting. She's watching. And she's checking out the other cats and watching everything that they're doing. I'm trying to see who it is that's on the floor over there. Oh, it was Billy. He just went by. And she's got her eyes on him because he just came downstairs, sniffed around my hat tree, and took off up the stairs. But she hasn't taken her eyes off him, as you can see. She's still watching him. She doesn't know what he's going to do. Right, Poppy? Lately, I've been calling her Blondie for some reason. I had a cat named Blondie who was also a cinnamon. For some reason or other, Poppy's been reminding me a lot of Blondie. Their type is very much the same. Look at the head type, with the bump on the nose, the big eyes that are open almond, and the strong chin. Also the very nice ear set, all of which are characteristics of cats from my bloodline. Most recently, when she's been sleeping on the bed with the other cats, I've been able to reach out and pet her. She doesn't realize at first that she's been petted. And the past couple of times that I've petted her, she's actually stayed in place for a moment. And then after a few, well, maybe a minute, she realizes that I'm petting her and she moves away. But at this point, she's not running. She just moves back away from me. This is a very good thing. It's taken a long, long time for her to reach that point where I can actually touch her, first when she's sleeping and then as she awakens and gradually becomes aware that she's being petted. So far, I still can't approach her when she's awake. If I do, she takes off. But she doesn't leap away the way she used to. She walks away now. Sometimes she jumps a little at first, and then she slowly moves away, just out of reach, so that I can't quite touch her. But slowly but surely, she's reaching the point where I think eventually she'll be petted. It takes time, and it takes patience. I'm still looking for a home for her. I would absolutely love it if she and Billy could go to the same home. But again, it has to be with someone who has tremendous patience and is willing to respect the wishes of these two cats. As yet, I can't touch Billy, even when he's sleeping. Cats are always alert, even when they're sleeping. They're never completely comatose, I guess is the word, if they're nervous cats. The cats that trust you are the ones that will let you do anything to them, whether awake or asleep, and they're not necessarily alert when they're sleeping. But the cats that don't trust are the ones that are still alert even though they appear to be asleep. Isn't she a pretty cat? That was, believe it or not, although you didn't see him, it was Peppy who just darted around the room and attracted her attention. Her eyes also look blue in this light, even though they're not. Her coat is actually a lovely cinnamon.